there, so in this video we're going to talk about a lick that I heard Stevie Vaughan play in a live version of Pride and Joy, but the whole idea here is that we're just basing it over a blues shuffle in E, this sort of speed. But we're going to be basing this from the 4 chord onwards, which is the A in this case, and so we'll just get right into it. Well, I do want to say it's based over Pride and Joy, which Stevie used to play in E flat, but again, the idea is more the lick he played over this feel of a blues, progression. And we're using this scale to the first position, the E blues. Okay, and when the 4 chord hits, he goes into this little phrase. Okay, that's the first section we'll go over now. I'll play it slower. So some of you might be able to get the notes just from the slow, tempo there. But what he does here is he hits the open A chord, not the chord, just the open A note, and then goes into this blues curl on the high E on the 3rd fret. Okay. Then we have this phrase here. Okay. And what that is we're going to pick the open B string and then pick the 3rd fret. Down, up, okay? And then we do this slide and pull off sort of thing. It's kind of a ghost note slide from the 3rd fret, that blues note, to the 2nd fret. And then a pull off to the open G. And then we play the 2nd fret on the D string. Okay? And then after that we do this little kind of chromatic phrase. So that's the first section there. Hopefully you can pick up the rhythm of that, but that fits over the first half of the A section, or the 4 chord. And then after that we play this other section. Okay. Now that particular part here, all these notes from here to they're all played with a triplet feel, okay? So if I'm going to play the progression now, I'll just kind of do some dead notes in a triplet feel. Okay, so that little picking kind of dead note thing I was doing will be in a triplet rhythm over this shuffle. So yep, those notes, and what we're going to be playing, again, another open A string. And then we're going to bend the 3rd fret on the high E up a full tone, and then we're going to pick it again, but we're going to release and then just play the 3rd fret with maybe a bit of a blues curl. Okay, and then we're going to play, which is the open B and E, and then the 3rd fret on the B string. Then, okay, we played that on the first little lick. Again, it's that same kind of ghost note slide. Then to the E note on the 2nd fret of the D string. So, yeah, and the first 4 notes, even though one is the E and the B together, they're all in the triplet feel, so if you can get that feel down, maybe just play a few notes in the triplet feel, the same note over and over again, just to kind of get it in your head. So yeah, that's the second part. And after that, he plays this little phrase, it goes into the E chord again. I think it's... Okay, that old blues hammer on from the open G to the 1st fret, and then the high E. Okay, and then we slide the second finger to the 4th fret from the 2nd, and then pick the 3rd fret with that on the B. And then we do 2 picks on those 2 notes again, the 4th fret on the G and the 3rd fret on the B. Okay, and then we do this. So, which is a slide down to the 2nd fret, pull off on the G, and then play the 2nd fret on the D. Then we have this thing that I've heard Stevie Ray Vaughan play quite a lot. It sounds like this. Okay. He's done that. Basically, it's a lick. I think it's in the original version. Actually, he plays the open E, and then the high E, the open low E, and then the open high E, and then bends on the 3rd fret of the B string up at full tone, and then plays the high E again, and then that little trill here on the open G to the 1st fret. Okay, so that's basically the whole thing. So check that one out and see if you can get that with just a blues backing track of this sort of feel. As I said, I played it in E, just because most people, are generally tuned to E standard, but yeah, I'm not sure which version it was, but take a look at some live versions and you'll see him do all sorts of different things. But this really gives the essence of how Stevie Ray Vaughan used to use open strings, like a rhythmic feel. He's using the triplets. He kind of mixed a lot of rhythm with lead a lot, and with these little licks you can definitely feel that. So stay tuned for another video soon.